every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's not just news or information.
It is more than you ask for.
What we ask when Lagos State says this organization is meant to help us out, and the people working there are not helping us out.
You have a situation where people say it's normal that if your husband doesn't beat you, then he doesn't love you.
Where madness seems to be normalized, you will become mad.
And more of the rush you just can't stop.
It's the station for more talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts.
.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you, Lagos, Nigeria. 8 minutes past the hour. Welcome to Hard Facts, the Big Three. Come up in a moment. Before we get into the Big Three, let me quickly say that if you're on the road right now, take it easy. You know how Lagos gets. Anytime it rains in the city, it's always very messy. Right now, I'm thankful that I don't have to go anywhere because it's raining heavily in some parts of the city. I'm not sure that it's the entire city that is experiencing the rainfall. But wherever you are, just drive carefully. Be patient with other road users, okay? There's no point hurrying because, look, even the roads, most of them are good. And that's, by the way, because this is also one of the issues that we're going to be treating on the Big Three today. Only that this time we're going to Ogun State because Ogun State has been trending since yesterday. The governor of the state has been trending as well. That's on the Big Three. Remember that there is, of course, the coverage of the Euro 2024 considering later today at 5 p.m. So it means that by 4:45 we're done with this show. In fact, by 4:25 we're done with this show. Hence the reason we are doing just the Big Three on Hard Facts today. Tomorrow we'll be having plenty of conversations tomorrow, but for today it's just the Big Three. So if you're ready, I am good to go as well, Lagos. Let's get on with the Big Three conversations for today here on Nigeria Info.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
First on the list on the Big Three for today. Pardon me, I'm Sheriff Quadry. Nice to meet you too. First on the list is what has been trending. Yeah, this also has been trending, and that is the issue of sexual misconduct in the College of Medicine, Unilag. That situation has been trending. By the way, you can watch live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch on Facebook and detail YouTube as well. Just log on to your social media, Facebook and on YouTube, and watch us live on the Big Three for today. So we're going to start with that story of sexual misconduct in the College of Medicine, Unilag. Quite a number of Unilag students trooped online yesterday on X to be precise, and they're calling for the school authority to do something about sexual harassment. According to them, it's a disturbing trend that has pervaded the College of Medicine in particular, even though other students have come out to say that, look, it's not the College of Medicine alone, it's the entire campus. Male students are allegedly being protected. Male lecturers allegedly being protected by the school authority, especially those that sexually assault female students. With the report that I read, several Unilag students that posted their experiences on X, you'll be shocked at what is going on in that school. In fact, the hashtag End SA Culture in CMUL, that's College of Medicine Unilag, End SA, that's sexual assault culture in CMUL, is trending on X. A victim reported an assault to the Dean of Student Affairs of Unilag. Guess what happened? According to a report, the perpetrator was fined, and then an apology letter was written by this perpetrator. Now, Unilag has a policy on sexual assault, a policy on sexual misconduct on campus. According to the policy, the first-time offender will pay a fine of 2,500 naira for sexual assault. A repeat offender would face double fine of 5,000 naira. Let's look at some of the allegations that you can find on social media. Remember that we have not been able to independently verify these allegations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try as much as possible to be careful with the identity of these perpetrators, alleged perpetrators, okay? There is this allegation of sexual assault against a second-year pharmacy student. Let's call him Bemi. And this Bemi guy was previously involved in a similar incident in March of 2024. Now, he was reportedly fined 5,000 naira. He was required to write an apology letter. He was required to provide a guarantor to vouch for his conduct by the University of Lagos Student Legislative Council. They call this Legislative Council House of Lords. On June 28, 2024, another male pharmacy student was reported for sexually harassing a female radiography student. This is what happened. At 1 a.m. on June 26, a female student, she slept off while studying in one of the study rooms. Then a particular student, let's call him Sam, inappropriately touched her. The victim pushed Sam away. The victim called her friend, who confronted Sam. But Sam wasn't bothered. He just said, well, this was mutual. Why are you people shouting? And that was it. Another incident, 600 level male medical student. This one, allegedly serial abuser. Because according to report, this guy has allegedly assaulted over 30 female students and he's still walking free. Well, based on the last info that I have. Now, this is what he does. Under the guise of checking on his victims' academic progress severally. He's 600 now, so, especially Jambites, they would want to see 600 level and put them through and everything. So he pretends as if he wants to help them. So he takes advantage of them. He forced them to hug him. And then he rubs his manhood against them. That's what he does. So in 2023 October, this guy was said to have been reported to the school authorities over several sexual assaults involving at least 11 classmates. What level of 11 of his classmates, female classmates, reported him? Guess what? Those that were not his classmates, younger students, unknown number. In fact, they couldn't even put a figure to those ones. Later, a petition was raised. 54 people signed that petition against this 600 level guy. The last gist is that a panel was formed and nothing has been heard since that panel was formed. So the students took, the decision to come online and raise awareness about what the school authority has been doing in terms of allegedly shielding sexual predators on campus of Unilag, a prestigious university, I must add. And I'd like to speak with them, as a matter of fact. I would love to speak with them. So, students started campaigning and advocating, agitating online. Since yesterday, still trending. Still today, still trending. You can check your X, it's still right there. So a petition was launched. So different people are being throwing their weights behind it. Lagos Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Sexual Agency led by Mrs. Vivo. They've also thrown their weight behind the students of Unilag. Ward C have also thrown their weight behind the students of Unilag. The authorities released a statement. Let me read the statement to you so that you know their position. They said, important notice on reports of sexual harassment cases. The Management University of Lagos Unilag has seen reports of sexual misconduct among students making the rounds on social media. We empathize with victims of these reports and invite them to make official reports to the Office of the Dean, Student Affairs Division at the University of Lagos, Akoka campus. Management wishes to inform our students, their parents and guardians, and other stakeholders of the university's continued firm stance against injustice. Indeed, the University of Lagos has zero tolerance for sexual misconduct and related vices. Please be rest assured that due investigation will be conducted and justice will prevail. We seize this opportunity to enjoin all students to familiarize themselves with the resources available to them in addressing academic and social issues. Thank you. Signed, Head Communication Unit for University of Lagos Management. This was released yesterday by the school management. Is this enough? What happened to those cases that had been reported by students, by the affected students? I'm sure that you've been a student before. I've been a student before. Students will not agitate if you've not pushed them to the wall. That's how students are. They will not come to the public if they have not been pushed to the wall. Is the university management playing to the gallery? Go online. You see, it's just that we don't have time. Go and see people's accounts of being harassed by lecturers, by fellow students, by senior colleagues. It's right there. It's right there. Now, you may want to ask, why haven't they gone to the school authorities? I would help you. Victimization. We usually victimize people here. We vilify people here in this part of the world. Deal with the issue, you will not. Some schools, they do what is needed to be done. They sanction the erring lecturers and students and all of those. Yes, we see them in the media, but how far have we come in terms of protecting female students in our schools? Have been endangered species for God knows how long, how many years. It's always been like that. But should the tradition continue? Should the culture be encouraged? Should it be seen to be encouraged? That is the plight of female students at the University of Lagos. Let's quickly move on to our next story. By the way, please watch us online. Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. I'd like to hear from female students, old, current. Tell me about your experience on campus. This time, it doesn't really matter whether it's Unilag or Uniben or UI or wherever. If you've been assaulted before, either by a lecturer or lecturers or fellow students, I'd like to get your thought on this. And for male students, yeah, I heard that happened as well. Yeah, I heard that happened some school like that. I'd like to hear from you as well. We're not going to leave you out of this conversation. For male students who've been sexually assaulted by female students or even male students themselves, would like to know. Let's move on to our second story. We're going to Ogun State with our second story. Ogun State's people were all over the social media dragging Governor Dapo Abiodun yesterday. Till today, Ogun State is still trending, depending on how you set your trend. What is the problem with Ogun State? Why is Ogun State trending? Why is Dapo Abiodun being dragged on social media? It's about the poor state of majority of roads. Well, the way they put it Ogun State roads, but I don't want to believe that all the roads in Ogun State are bad. So let's not generalize. Of course, there will be good roads in Ogun State. Definitely, yes, we know that. But according to people who live there, if you're watching online, you'll see examples of the roads that were published, that were posted on X yesterday and today. They are really bad. These roads are horrible. They are really, really impossible. Wow. No. And these roads are not just small streets. You know, when you're dealing with streets, you may give excuse, oh, these are internal roads. And these roads are not internal roads. These are, whatever trunk that you want to rank them. So the question is, what is going on with Governor Dapo Abiodun and his cabinet? What is he doing? What has he been doing? Because the residents of your state, Your Excellency, are complaining you have not done much. In fact, they're saying you failed in terms of road infrastructure. Why? There's no money, sir. No money. Your Excellency, no money, sir. Oh, well. Because another argument people have put forward is that you cannot complain that there is no money, Your Excellency, because, Bureau Statistics said that your state is number 4 in terms of IGR generated by states. So, sir, it's really hard to defend this one. Oh. It's really, really hard to defend the fact that majority of major roads in your state are really, really bad. They are not motorable. They are practically impossible. And guess what? When you talk about the most industrialized states in Nigeria, Lagos and its environs and its surroundings are home to about 60% of Nigeria's industrial activities. Now, when they say Lagos and its environs, believe you me, beat your chest and say the environs is Ogun State. The environs that they are mentioning there in that report, because this is not my report, this is according to Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission. So it's not me that's saying it. So again, what could be the problem with Ogun State, the governor of Ogun State, and fixing road infrastructure in that state? The federal government will not come and fix it. It's time for a quick break, Lagos. 2 stories down, 1 more to go. Stay here. Hard Facts, Big 3 on Nigeria Info.
Into your number 1 station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined, but you have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player, don't talk to 2 players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. I want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3#. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3#. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Your number 1 station for talk. Let's talk.
This is the Big 3.
The Big 3 on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the Big 3 here on Hard Facts. Maryann is away. Like I said yesterday, she's away on an assignment, official assignment. She'll be back hopefully next week, because it depends on how this, especially now that they are bombing everywhere in that part of the country. But she's safe. Don't worry, she's safe. We have moved her to a very secure location, so she's doing okay. Now, let's head back to the Big 3 on Hard Facts for today. I am Sheriff Quadry. Nice to meet you. You can watch this show on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch. That's right, Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook and on YouTube. WhatsApp is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. That is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. Let me get your thought on our first two stories before we move on to our last story today. Our last story, by the way, is coming through from the senior advocate of Nigeria, Olisa Agbakoba. He says something about hunger. He says something about President Tinubu and what he's playing with. That's our third story. So that's coming up in a moment. So let's talk a little bit about the sexual harassment allegations coming out of Unilag, College of Medicine, and of course the poor state, the horrible state of roads in Ogun State. You can watch it, you can see for yourself. There are pictures, there are videos. Well, you're streaming online right now. You can watch yourself. You see these roads there, you see how they look. These are the first two stories we're looking at. 2770993, 2771993, 2772993, and 2773993. You need to add the code 0201 to the telephone numbers before you call any of them. WhatsApp is 009-597-5805. You've got 60 seconds. I will help you keep to time. 60 seconds. That's all you've got to share your thought with me. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Sherry.
Good afternoon.
This is Happiness for me.
Welcome, Happiness.
Sherry, I'm really pained hearing your first story. Because those in authority, they are fathers, that should know. They should know better how to protect our female students. They have children, they have female girls, they have sisters. It's so painful to hear this. We live in a society where culture does not value women at all. It's so painful, Sherry. This should not be. We should not be talking about this. It's been there years.
Yes, it has.
Harassment has been there over the years. I don't know. And these same lecturers, they are still part of the problem we have. They will harass, the students will harass, everybody's harassing everyone. So being a woman in this country is another big problem. It's painful, though. It's really painful. And for the second story, is that time we start shaming our governors that are not doing well. Let's start shaming them. Enjoy your day.
You too. Happiness. Thank you. Mano joins us right now. Mano, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
For the first story, the other guy you said he has committed such thing about 30 times. The school need to send a very strong warning. If you are treating these things with kind of a kid love, you are likely not going to find a positive result. It's going to happen over and over again. So the school needs to send a strong warning. Not only Unilag, schools across the country, because it's becoming a menace. Then for the issue of Ogun State and the roads,
right?
It's unfortunate that the people had the signal, in the first term of the governor, but voted him again, for the second time. With roads in Ogun State, are nothing to write home about. And what's really happened of recent was the kidnap that happened along the Shagamu Expressway. Because of the port, the bad state of the road, the kidnappers were able to kidnap about 20 people or more. So the governor should wake up to his responsibility. Because Governor Dapo Abiodun. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you too for calling me. Raprochuku joins us now. Raprochuku, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, please. Afternoon.
Sheriff.
Yes, please.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Okay. You see, it's very unfortunate. I sent my child or a student went to school, Unilag to be precise, to study and have knowledge. Then we'll be hearing news that especially female students, they are being harassed sexually, and the authorities are not doing anything about it. Because maybe in one way or the other, they are involved in the practice. It's unfortunate and it's not good news at all, because people hearing this, parents, will look for other schools that are doing better instead of choosing for Unilag.
Thank you.
You see?
Thank you.
And at the same time,
thank you for your thought. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's painful. I think it's high time they shield this school. The one that happened in Cross River, Calabar.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything about it again? After they sweep all this thing under the carpet. You have people who take this thing as their job. Why not go and meet them? How much will you pay? start disturbing innocent our daughters. I have one daughter. If anybody that me, I go take law into my hand. And for Ogun State own, it's too bad of all these politicians. Look, Chief Quadry, from Shagamu to Akifosile, I've been calling about that road for years. Edo fix his own end of the road. Ondo fix. What happened to Ogun State? They will reimburse you. But still, people will say, no, it's not. It's making the road has been bad for years. Why do you have your Ministry of Works, or what do they call that department? Every year you make budgets. Enough of all this, please. Thank you.
Thank you too. Mercy's here. Mercy, how you doing?
I'm fine. Sorry, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I greet everyone. I want my comments to Ogun State, right, for the road, Abi.
Okay.
My brother, I don't know what happened to this our government. As I'm still with you right now, somebody at Ibadan, somebody that I know, this road they are for yesterday because of this bad road. They don't know where the spot road they. He picking 10 years, died water yesterday when he's coming back from school yesterday. Which kind of country are we like this? Do they don't want something for citizens they don't want to do? Which kind of our government they are doing like this? Fix road, they don't want fix road. Do school, they don't want to do anyone. Like nothing. The woman lost her picking yesterday, 10 years picking.
Okay.
Because of the bad road. Because they don't see the post road. They don't see anywhere where go today. Children, they are coming back from school yesterday at a bad road. The pikin don't die. And another thing, they will come. They will come and say, now they go sit down again. No.
Thank you.
Nigeria.
Thank you.
I pray God will help us.
Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts. Mercy for calling. Appreciate it. Lagos, let's go take some messages on WhatsApp and Facebook, and we'll come back to the phone in a moment, okay? I have got this message here, and this person says the problem with Ogun State is the continued election of bad leaders into office. You know, Governor Dapo is not performing and still elect him for second term. They will continue to lament, groan until the eligible voters get it right with their ballot papers come 2027. No name attached to that one. I think it's Paulinus. Paulinus Sinikoyi sent that in. Paulinus, thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. I got your name from your previous message. Okay. So I have Lawal from Ayobo. Lawal says Ogun State government completed a flyover bridge at Agbado Crossing but closed it to motorists since February simply because it has not been commissioned by the governor. That's Lawal from Ayobo who sent that. Lawal, thank you for sharing that. I've got another one here, and it says Abe is your name from the corridor. Abe says, I'm from Ogun State. This Governor Abiodun has been receiving blames of bad roads from his first term. I wonder how the devil in us votes such governor back into office. Some of the good roads are probably those of our lower era. Could it be he spent so much during first election and wants to recover all back? All the Obas, councillors, House of Assembly are rubber-stamped officials. The only one confronted him was wickedly removed. See their last Ojudi Oba and the barrage of blame from guests because of bad roads. Thank you for sharing, Abe. Appreciate it. Let's take one more. Let's take one more from WhatsApp. Chris is in Accra. Chris says, I'm afraid our society is a den of colony of sexual harassment. Schools, workplaces, hospitals. The most disheartening is the churches. I was in Lagos recently and asked of one of our choir leaders and was told he sexually harassed over 11 ladies, including 5 of same choir he's in charge of. A state without consequences for misdemeanor loses its values to being a society. Chris from Accra sent that in. Chris, thank you for sharing. Let's cross over to our live stream on YouTube and on Facebook. We're going to take some comments off of those platforms. Estelle Boli says, I want to profoundly appreciate you for vehemently speaking out against these randy lecturers. The more the school covers them without naming or shaming them, they will continually perpetrate this evil vice. Alade is also here. Alade says, please go to Mowe, Magboro, etc. and see the roads Ogun State government has failed in all areas. Dapo Abiodun is a failure total. Is that a name now? Because he put everything together. Alade, thank you for sharing your thought. Let me take some more messages. Let's go to Facebook. After Facebook, I would go to X, that's Twitter. I would take one or two tweets from that platform. Then we'll come back to the telephone. We're not done until 4:25 on the big three today, okay? Bamidele, let's go with Bamidele. Bamidele is okay. Bamidele says Ogun State has one of the worst roads network in southwest in Nigeria. Oh, okay. Odofin, is that where you are? Odofin, where is Odofin again? Enrique Shaw says the problem of Ogun State is this issue of Tinubu giving them his allies who has nothing in their head except loading their pockets. That's Enrique Shaw who dropped that. Taiwo is also here. Taiwo says, come to Ajumo, Akute, Olambe. Sorry if I missed that. Okearo and its environs. There is no single motorable road along this axis. As Taiwo who dropped that. I've got another one from Polycap. Polycap says, is sexual harassment a new thing? Nigeria is a failed state in the jungle. Anything can happen. Nigeria is a jungle. And that's Polycap, who is really upset at the news of the sexual harassment thingy in Unilag. Right, let's go to X now. Let's go take some comments on X before we head back to the telephone lines, because we have some calls that are tripping in right now. Just give me a moment. Let me take some tweets that have dropped today. Olisa Abiodun Ganiyu on X says, by abandoning the road project inherited from his predecessor, millions of residents are suffering daily. Once it rains, you can't go in or come out of your house with your car. From Akute, Iyanoilogbo, Ijoko, most roads in Ifo are impassable. Something needs to be done urgently. That's Olisa Abiodun who dropped that here on X. I've got another one from Stevenson. Stevenson even sent some pictures himself. He tagged us in some pictures. Stevenson says Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun is one of the most underperforming governors. Bad roads everywhere at Ajion, Akute, Alagbole, etc. If it rains, we don't go out, especially at my street, Bale Road, Ajuwon, bus stop. Please, Mr. Governor, help us. Transports are high when it rains. Okay, that's from Stevenson, who dropped that from Ajuwon. Thank you, Stevenson, for sharing your thought. I appreciate it. Let's go back to telephone lines now and go take your thoughts. That's 0201 277 0993, 277 1993, 277 2993, and 277 3993. 2 stories down, 1 more to go on Big 3 Hard Facts this Tuesday, 2nd of July evening. Stay here on Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm going back to telephone now. If you'd like to send me messages, please go on ahead. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3.
This is the Big 3.
The Big 3 on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Is that Nigeria Info?
Yes, you're live on the radio.
Okay, this is Emmanuel from Lagos.
Welcome, Emmanuel.
Well, you know, what's happening in Wood is a shame, but you know what? It happens everywhere. Medicine is a difficult course, so some of these lecturers take advantage of that because you don't want to. It's one course where you can repeat and spend years in school. So some of these students get desperate, and that lecturers take advantage of that. But that of the students, I'm shocked how students will do that and get away with it. I think it's a shame on the leadership of Unilag. Regarding Dapo Abiodun is disaster, but fortunately they have to live with it. He has the second term already. Trust me, he won't do much. He can't do much because he doesn't need them anymore. So I don't know. It's a disaster. Even if you start going from Abule Esba, the songbook, hell. It's hell. No, it should no car, no vehicle should pass there. But people still cope, and this guy keeps ignoring it. It's a shame. Thank you.
Thank you, too, for calling. I appreciate your time. Okay, while we wait for our next... Okay, I thought you were going to process the next call. Let me take it. Leave it. Good afternoon to you.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Oba right now.
Good to have you.
Yes, my name is Ken. Dapo Abiodun is not only in Ogun, only in Abeokuta, not in for local government. If you come to Agbado, by now I'm supposed to go home, but I decided to sleep the night around Ojota because of bad road. If I want to go home, I'll spend not less than 1.5, just within a short period of distance. So Dapo Abiodun is not governor of is for local
Ogun
government,
State.
only Abeokuta. It's not doing well at all. I don't know why we voted him into power again. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling. Francis is here from VI. Francis, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I like Chinese. Good afternoon.
Good to have you here.
Yeah. As for the Unilag,
okay,
is rampant in our university, even in secondary school. Quite rampant. But the government have to be blamed because they have refused to punish those that have been implicated in the past. That's why it continues.
Okay.
Then on the area of bad roads in Nigeria, not only in Ogun State, travel from Benin or a road to Enugu Onitsha road is in a deplorable state. People cannot travel now and get to their destination at the same day. They usually sleep on the road. And the reason is because, hello, are you with me, Shani?
I'm with you.
The reason is because we have allowed the people we elected to take us for granted. And that is why they have decided to punish us by giving us a terrible system to inherit. Until Nigeria learn to rise up, nothing good is going to happen.
Right.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you too. Trust me, I don't think there is any Nigerian who would boast of Nigerian roads. No, I don't think so. But it's just that residents of Ogun State came out yesterday and even till this very moment to call out their governor of not performing in terms of road infrastructure. And that is why it's, the big three. We deal strictly with the biggest stories in the country, right? And that is why we're talking about particularly Ogun State roads today on the big three. Good afternoon to you. That call is gone, so let's take another call quickly. Nigeria Info. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Are you here? You know what? Move on to another call very quickly. Nigeria Info, good afternoon to you. I can't hear you, all right? Let me take these messages that I'll come to the telephone. Just let me take some messages now. It says, there are no roads at all in Ogun State. There is nothing you can use to say he's done something. Ota is one of the local governments that generate the highest revenue, but the roads are beyond terrible, embarrassing to say the least. Come and have a tour yourself. That's John Doe. Nice one, John Doe. Nice one. John Doe from Ogun State. Well, this is not your name, Abi. No, it's okay. I'll take it. John Doe from Songwater sent this in. Apparently, some people even seem to think that Songwater cannot be complaining. That you still have a few good roads in Songwater. Francis says Ogun State seems to dislike all cities and towns close to Lagos. For instance, Akute, Songo, Ijoko, Agbado, they are all bad. That's Francis who dropped this here. Francis, thank you for sharing as well. Appreciate your thought. I'm going to take another one quickly now. All the Ogun State roads are bad. So these are earlier messages, and they heard me when I mentioned that I didn't want to generalize. Now they are countering me that I am wrong, that I should have generalized that all the roads are bad. Well, I would I would stay on my point. All roads cannot be bad in the state. Maybe a couple roads bad, but definitely not everything. Oh yeah, come on, argue with me again. Lawal says we should talk about female students who deliberately offer their bodies to lecturers for grades. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it. So if a female student offers me her body for grades, then I will report her. I mean, she will be dealt with. I will not take advantage of the female students. Oh yeah, say your own. I'll be waiting, Lawal. Say your own. Because we're trying to justify the reason. One of the reasons lecturers take advantage of. Okay, so yeah, say your own. I've said my own. Let's talk about it. Say if you want to talk about it. Oh yeah, now. Let's talk about it. Richard is in Lagos. Richard says, Unilag, my alma mater for that matter, that same college of medicine was where I studied. Because my department is situated right there, biochemistry. Though I wasn't a medical student. So it's not more lecturer to students in moral act. It's now student to student thing. I vividly recall the Dr. Igbenebu BBC case, one of my French lecturers that year. Students are now the ones eating themselves up. Shame, shame, shame. That's Richard who wrote in from Lagos here. Richard, thank you. 346. Good afternoon to you. Hello. Good afternoon. Let's move on to another call quickly. Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
Sherry.
afternoon.
This is Godwin calling from Ikoyi.
Welcome.
You see, all these people from Ogun State that are complaining now, they are the people that voted for this man, governor, for the second term. Now, if this governor now, if it's possible to go for another state term, they will vote for him. Because of the small money and the rika of rice they collected. They don't know where this governor, borrowed this money to spend for the during election. The governor will not do anything. He has to recover all the money and pay back to wherever he borrowed this money. Now they are complaining. The first tenure, did they not see that this governor is not performing? Why did they vote for him the second time? Now they are complaining. They should not complain anything. They should remain like that. That's my take this afternoon.
All right. Thank you for sharing your take. Appreciate it. Now, I'd really like to publicly extend an invitation to the Dean, Student Affairs, Registrar, Student Affairs of Unilag. I mean, this is something we need to talk about. It's something we really, really must discuss, right? Would clear our schedule to have you on air and have a conversation as to how the interest of students, especially these female students, are being protected on campus in Unilag. This is not good for the school. Unilag pride itself as one of the best in the country. So this is really not cool. Not cool at all. So, sir, ma'am, if she'll be open to coming on air, please kindly reach out and we'll give you that time to have a say. AA is in Abuja. AA says, what kind of stupid fine is that? The university community is not insulated from the society. In fact, it is a microcosm of a macrocosm called society. So it's absolutely bounded by the laws of the Nigerian society. It should legally be dragged to the feet of the law court to face the law. That's AA from Abuja. AA, thank you for joining the show from Abuja. Appreciate it. Okay, I think we should go straight. Let's go take our third story today. Our third story is about the senior advocate of Nigeria who spoke with the press earlier today, some hours ago. He had a chat with the pressman. I'm talking about senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Olisa Agbakoba, and he says some really vital stuff about Nigeria and what he's seeing, what he's looking at. He said that the president needs to, first and foremost, he needs to do something very, very, very important. He says the president needs to dismantle his cabinet. He said, what does the president want to do with 40 ministers? He said it's too large. He said at the maximum, the president should have at least 20 ministers. These ministers can, handle some of these things, because there are some ministers that we don't even know what they're doing. You've not heard from them. Nothing. They're just there. So Mr. Agbakoba advised the president to, scrap some agencies. That there's no need to increase tax. Instead, expand the tax nets to cover more people that are supposed to be paying tax but they are not paying. He particularly pointed fingers at some multinational oil companies. According to him, they've evaded tax for too long. So those should be the focus of the president. And lastly, he says something that we have said here repeatedly. They say that the president does not take care of food. The president should be wary of hunger riots. And according to him, this hunger riot can occur anytime in Nigeria because people are hungry. And that's our third story today. 2770993, 2771993, 2772993, and 2773993. The news will come up at the top of the hour 4. After the news at 4, I will be back in here to continue with these big 3 stories until 4:25, when I will say my bye-byes to you at that time, because we have to give room for the sports, Femi and the gang, to come and have the live coverage of the Euros that would happen at 4:45 later this evening. It's 3:51 right now. I'm heading back to telephone now. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Okay, this person keeps calling. I don't know if he couldn't hear us, but we could hear that something's happening in the background. Huh? Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, for your thoughts, Olisa Agbakoba should not bother himself.
No, please don't call me again. If you've called before, don't call back. Don't say it to my third story or to my second story. No. If you've called before, there's no need to call again. There are tons of people who are trying to get through. Those are the targets, okay? Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Sheriff.
Yes, please.
Yes, my name is Daniel from Igondo.
Welcome. Talk to me.
Yeah, the thing is that I think Agbakoba is right. The president should try and solve the issue pertaining a food crisis, because this can trigger a bigger riot in the country. I'm telling you. BU, APC, PDP doesn't matter. You should forget about party now. Forget about any tribe or religion where you come from.
Right.
Now, solve the food crisis. Solve the suffering now in the country. And the only thing that will solve it, remove your shame. Bring back subsidy. Thank you.
Thank you, too, for calling. Appreciate it. Johnson is here. Let's speak with Johnson. Johnson is in Ikeja. Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome.
God bless you.
You too.
I just want to talk about this military, our government, from Agbakoba, because if not the situation that we find ourselves today in Nigeria, I would say we even need, if they are ready to work for this country, we even need more military. But if you are getting military, it's not to embezzle money. It is not to come and cover Nigeria for. It's just to come and work, because we need so many ministries so that we can check many economic whatever, so that we can put Nigeria in line. Let us move out of this quagmire that we are today. It is not the great ministry for people to come and sit down and be destroying Nigeria's economy more and more. It is for people to work.
Thank you.
That is the problem we are having. They're talking about Ogun State. They have been there for long.
Thank you, Johnson.
Thank
you, Johnson. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. Well, let's take a quick break. Yeah. After this break, I'll be back before the news. Stay here, please.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Let us dive into the heart of global affairs.
We go beyond the headlines and into the real stories shaping our world.
Why paying more than $200 million to have 1,000 Kenyan soldiers come to Haiti when we could use that money to train the police?
What you've done with your grief is actually to spread it and give it and turn it into the love.
This served Netanyahu because he didn't think Hamas would ever be a serious military threat.
Congo is a country with so much wealth. The people have been fighting to regain control.
From the corridors of power to the front lines of change, Borderline brings you in with analysis of the issues.
The U.S. has power. Most of them will steal money from Haiti and invest in the U.S.
Of people who support Sonko and Jumai 5, over half of them don't have a voter's card.
Sounds like Nigeria.
Join Ireti Bakari Yusuf on Borderlines as she engages with policymakers and thought leaders,
giving you perspectives and insights you won't find anywhere else.
Be part of the conversation. Join us live.
Your voice matters on Borderlines as we explore the complexities.
Every Friday at 4 p.m.
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Stay informed, stay engaged.
Step into the conversation.
The effective tournament, the Nationals, is coming. August 12 in Lagos. Witness the brightest minds from across the country in a battle of intellect and eloquence.
Have you ever wondered if controlling resources will be the key to dismantling?
Yes, a child has not been properly academically satisfied.
Has such person not also get experience, like your fifth point?
Experience fierce competition.
Peace cannot be kept by force. It's not because there's natural resources there.
Persuasive arguments.
I believe that through a balanced approach to religion and education.
Don't you think that such a person is old enough to decide?
And innovative thinking.
By 1985, the poverty level was below 46%.
If they don't have money for tuition, are you saying they are not going to be accountable?
Whether you're a debater or a spectator, Mark your calendars for August 12, 2024. I Beg to Differ, the Nationals in Lagos, Nigeria. Get ready to be part of history. For sponsorship and other inquiries, call Lagos Larry Griffin 0706 827 1163, Shola Kolade 0907 173 3835, or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ Students Debates Competition, the Tournament of Champions.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
I Beg to Differ debate competition. The Nationals is coming up August 12. Here in the studio of Nigeria Info 99.3. It's going to be live. Lagos will be a standstill because it's going to be featuring winners of I Beg to Differ Abuja, winners of I Beg to Differ Port Harcourt, and winners of I Beg to Differ Lagos. And they will go all out with their points and whatever. You know, there's something different that's going to be coming through on the I Beg to Differ this season. I'm not going to let it out yet because the students would have to be informed first and foremost before we even get to that. But it's okay, it's fine. But you're going to have fun. You're going to learn a lot from these kids because they've got some great topics ahead of them already. Meantime, let me also say at this juncture that if you'd like to be a part of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament, a sponsor, you want to partner in one way or the other, please send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. An email to that email address, and then we'll get back to you. Yvonne can't wait for I Beg to Differ this year.
I certainly cannot, Sheriff. It is going to be the bomb. I can only imagine.
Right.
Oh, Sheriff, are you excited?
I am super excited.
Oh, Lord have mercy. My heart is already palpitating.
Well, I'm experiencing I'm expecting a serious showdown.
Oh, it is going to be a showdown, Sheriff.
I figured.
It is going to. Champions from all over Nigeria.
That's right.
Converging here.
That's right.
Lord have mercy.
Luke Lagos, let's stand by for the news right now with Yvonne. Stay here.
Breaking news, updates, and the best of talk.
Women have to work twice, even thrice as hard for them to get things that just come so naturally to a lot of men who feel that leadership is their right.
Were in prisons for how many years?
For 6 years, 8 months.
Were you going to court from prisons then?
Yes, but before I started court, it took me 2 years.
Just being in prison?
Yes.
Without your case even start at all?
Confinement.
You were there?
Yeah.
Here on your number one station, Talk 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
And now the business news.
.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. You are listening to the business news. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Lagos State will soon have a labor management information system. This is in a bid for the Lagos State government to tackle unemployment in the state. Acting Executive Secretary, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, Feyisara Alayonde, disclosed this at a press conference in Alausa, Ikeja. Alayonde says the initiative, which will be unveiled at the Lagos Employment Summit taking place on Wednesday, will enable access to funding and dignified jobs. She says the summit is aimed at creating job opportunities and employment and reducing the unemployment rate in Lagos State.
When you want to start a business, it's not only about access to capital, it's not only about funding. There are other aspects to set your business up for success. If you don't pay this money back, you're shooting somebody else in the foot, i.e., the person that should have access to that loan tomorrow wouldn't have anything to give. So it's important that we collect 100%.
The special advisor to the governor Sanwo-Olu on media and publicity, Boyega Akosile says the summit is in line with the themes plus developmental agenda of the governor to create value and wealth while scaling up businesses. He urged residents to key into the program.
NSATF is for everybody that is doing business legitimately in Lagos State, and you do only need that platform to scale up and, of course, to further create value to the society by also becoming employer of Lagos.
The federal government has paid a total of $850 million in debts owed to European airlines, the European Union ambassador to Nigeria, and the ECOWAS. Samuela Isopi revealed this at the 9th edition of the Nigeria-EU Business Forum in Abuja on Tuesday. She commended the government for its intervention in clearing the backlog as well as the removal of foreign exchange restrictions on the import of 43 items. Isopi says Nigeria remains the EU's largest trading partner with about 35 billion euros in trade relations in 2023. Oil industry operators have urged Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board to enforce the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry Content Development Act of 2010. The operators say this enforcement will effectively boost the output of the sector. This call was made at the ongoing Nigerian Oil and Gas Conference in Abuja. The chairman, Nestor Oil Limited, Ernest Azudialu Ogbejesi, panelist at the session, said many African countries now look up to Nigeria based on the gains recorded by the country in local content. And a committee to oversee the transition period of regulatory oversight transfer from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to the Ondo State government is now in place. Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, while inaugurating the committee, said the move was to ensure energy independence and improve supply of electricity to the state. The committee's principal mandate is to develop modalities for the improvement of electricity supply within the state and ensure a smooth transfer of authority from federal institutions to the state. The committee will work closely with the various stakeholders, including the NERC and the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, to ensure a smooth and effective handover. That's the Business News Lagos. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. You are listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Stay with us.
Not many can serve you the way we do.
We go all the way.
You guys are always keeping your voice down when you're benefiting from the government.
I think you back before that monkey swallowed billions of naira. This one now, Scorpion will soon swallow billions.
Then my landlord give me notice because I decided to go and vote my opponent.
Is it Nigeria the only country in this world that everything they do, they will do it upside down?
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
In a world where misinformation runs rampant, one show stands apart from the rest. Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Hard Facts here on Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm Sheriff Quadry, and we'll continue our conversation up until 4:25. Before then, I've got David here.
Hi, Sheriff.
How you doing, David?
It's a very rainy day as of the last 2-3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, Neutral Tech Highway Nigeria is recruiting for the position of sales manager. Interested candidates should possess work experience excellent writing and speaking skills, be between the age of 25 and 50, reside in Lagos. Now, they'll be getting compensations in the way of a basic pay, attractive commissions on sales, professional training, as well as international travels. If you are interested, send your CV to kyjobsopportunity@gmail.com. kyjobsopportunity at gmail.com with the job title as the topic, or call 0815 705 0505. I'll repeat, 0815 705 0505. What would your children be doing this summer? We have curated a 2-day event to empower them with positive values and skills. Our summer program will feature cooking, painting, photography, language classes, and more. Date is the 26th and the 27th of July 2024 at Fondia World, Lekki, Lagos. Remember, at Fondia World, Lekki, Lagos. Call or SMS the number 0806 492 5906. That is 0806 492 5906. I'll take that again, 0806 492 5906. Do that to register and book a slot.
Thank you, David. Lagos, welcome back. Let's continue with our big three for today. So I've got a trailer load of messages that I need to quickly offload right now, just me alone. So let's quickly rush through the messages that we have. And then we'll come to the telephone lines in a moment. By the way, we're still streaming live on Facebook. We're still live on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch live the show today. On the big three for today, Tuesday, we started with a story of Unilag students protesting alleged sexual misconduct in their school's College of Medicine. The school has said that they would investigate and bring up perpetrators to book. We're also looking at another second story here that's also trending on X. The governor Dapo Abiodun being dragged by residents of Ogun State who have said that he has performed very, very poorly when it comes to road infrastructure in that state. And our third story is one from the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Olisa Agbakoba, who says the president must be wary of hunger riot. And according to him, this can happen at any time now in Nigeria. So feel free to share your thoughts on these stories. 2770993, 2771993, 2772993, and 2773993. Only that you need to start calling with the number 0201. Before you call in, just dial 0201. If you've called before, please do not call again. Let's give others the opportunity to be a part of this show as well. Let's start with this message on WhatsApp. Additional Ayotoyibo from Tabo Ijoko says it's only roads within Abeokuta and Ijebu that are okay, and it was majorly built by the former administration. Every other road in Ogun State is the worst, if not the worst in Africa. They are practically death traps, so dangerous. Come to Songo, Abeokuta, Ijoko, Agbado, Abeokuta, Ibadan, Okearo, Matogun. They are so scary. That governor in Dapo Abiodun is not serious at all. That's additional who sent that. Additional, thank you for sharing your thought. I mean, I saw the videos and the pictures online and I couldn't even believe. No, those are bad roads. Papa J from Ogun State says Ogun State people have been so very unlucky with good governors. Come to Mowe, Ibafo, Magboro, Asheshe, I think, etc. You will weep for the people living in all these axes. All the governor does with the LG monies, only God knows. May God judge all past and present governors of Ogun State. That's Papa J from Ogun who dropped that message here. I've got another one from Kunle, and Kunle says, thanks for bringing Ogun State roads on the radio today. Ogun State has major towns like Ijebu Ode, Shagamu, Ota, Ilaro, Ifo, Idiroko, Ibeshe, Pakpalanto, Yeah, that name always gives me issues. Ibafo, etc. It is impossible to drive from one of these towns to another one without going through hell. The excuses these present and past governors give is that the roads are federal roads, yet there are no alternatives for residents to move within the state. The Ogun State part of the Lagos Abeokuta Expressway has been in a terrible state since I was in secondary 2 decades ago. What a shame. That's Kunle who dropped that long message. Kunle, thank you for sharing. I've got another one here though from Gozier in Lagos. Gozier says, did you know that Ogun State Governor won the last Silverbird Man of the Year? When I saw it, I hated the voting pattern because the state has nothing to write home about in road network, etc. That's Gozier who dropped that message here. I've got another one here. This person this person sent me the video of a road. What road is this? Where is this? It says Itaoluwo to Agbede is worse, and it says I should see the video. Okay. And I can see it here, but because of time, I won't be able to play it, okay? But thank you for the update. Real-time updates right there for you. Let's take another message quickly here. So I have this message here, and it reads, bad roads are synonymous to Ogun State. Past and present governors of Ogun State are always concentrating on the capital city, Abeokuta, and leave other areas to deteriorate. Okay, no name to this one. I would come to the telephone. Let me take 2 more messages, then I will come to the telephone for sure. Okay, I've said that. I wanted to go to Facebook. Okay, let's take 2 more here, then we'll come to telephone. Southwest governors cannot give their people good roads or pay them a decent salary, but they give them a Southwest anthem to be singing. They keep the best to themselves and their families and give the poor man anthem. They should just call the Southwest anthem the poor man's anthem, because the governor's children are abroad and they will never sing it. Yeah. Okay. Ogun State has one of the worst roads network in southwest Nigeria. This is something, I think you sent this in before, and I've taken it before. Okay, so we're gonna remove this Samsung's message over it. Let's add this original one. So this is the reason they want to ban social media, so people can't report government. Just like people are reporting Ogun State. Ogun State has the bad road in Nigeria. I'm telling you, Sheriff. Okay, calm down. You've told me. Calm down. Now let's go to the telephone lines and go take some calls. Please, you've got 60 seconds. 60 seconds. We've got about 10 more minutes left. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Okon calling.
Welcome.
On the Unilag matter, I mean, it's a totally big disgrace. And I'll tell you what, I took time to look at their policy on sexual harassment.
Right.
Do you know that for requesting for sex or for touching somebody unlawfully, it's a written warning? That's a joke. In which country can you demand for sex from somebody and what you get is a written warning or demotion or probation? It's totally, the foundation for everything is wrong. And that is why you have this rubbish where a student can terrorize a fellow student and you can charge the person 5,000. My other point is, do we not have female lecturers in that department?
Right.
Do we not have doctors? Nigeria is one of those countries where we have female doctors exploding in their field. So do they not know about this? Don't they protect their own gender? Even if the men are behaving like wild animals, won't the women protect their own? I'm very upset with this. It's totally, I don't know what to say. In fact, it's mind-boggling. So I don't know how the university can set itself apart from society.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Appreciate. Kelvin is here with us. Kelvin, how you doing?
Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff, you know, Olisa Agbakoba, well-respected Olisa Agbakoba, has echoed the mind of many Nigerians. And it is there for everyone to see. And from what he said, it reminds us again of the Orose report of a bloated government. America is a world power with the biggest economy. They have just 15 secretaries. I don't know what we are doing with multiple special advisors multiple special state minister of state. I don't understand this multiplication of duties in an economy that is suffering like this. It is there. The president should listen. There's hunger in the land. But man is found in his wisdom. A hungry man is an angry man. Them bellyful, we hungry. Yes, the people in power are adamant. Well, we wait and see.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thanks for calling. Appreciate your time. Let's see who is here. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, you're live on Nigeria Info. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, Abalo from Ikoyi.
Abalo, welcome.
Thank you, bro. For the Unilag student,
Yeah.
the country we are living in that permits those things to happen. Other laboring countries, those things, if it happen, you will take severe punishment and public punishment that people will be aware of. Not that paying 2-5 for all those kinds of things. It's so bad. Those are the people, when they come out from Unilag, the men will be seeing women on the street like commodity because they are playing with so many women. They don't give value to women. It's so bad. And therefore, Ogun State, I've lived there 2010 to 2016. Bro, sometimes I does this state have a governor? Or see if rain fall for Ota, Ijiroko Road. See, it's so bad. It's so bad. That governor should do something. People are suffering. Thank you so much.
Thank you too for calling me. Appreciate it, Abalo. Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
My name is Abdul Ziko.
You're welcome.
I'm calling you from Akute.
Good to have you.
Yeah. This issue of bad road of Ogun State.
Yeah.
The first tenor, after the first tenor, the women came out to throw stone to him around Akute before he could manage to help us to grade some road there.
Okay.
And now we are suffering from Akute to Ajuwon.
They went to go and stone the governor, Abi.
Yes, they came and stone, and
he now graded the road for you.
Yes, he gave us like 2 weeks that they will grade the road before the election, and they did.
Okay.
My own is that I'm just very unfortunate because going back to my own state, in Kogi State, that's how we have a lot of bad road. The Ayabelo embezzled all the money, and that is why he did not want to go to court and defend himself. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
And now we could not do anything because the election had been sold.
Thank you.
My principal could not win at the tribunal.
Sorry about that. Facing. Thank you for sharing your thought. Madam Oboli is here. Madam Oboli, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Ekwesha sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Oga Sheriff, what I just want to comment on is on this food issue.
Yes.
Everything that we are making now as Nigerians, over 75%, salary, many other reimbursements, everything is going into food. If government continues to turn deaf ears to Nigerians' plea to subsidize food or to let there be food security, people should go back to farms or let there be food. The coming protest and strike and everything, it will be worse than NSAS. Going to the market, ordinary beans, it's not even beans, I call it brother beans now. Uncle Yam, Sister Rice, because you can't even call them by their real names. Gary, that is even cheap for the common man, is no longer for the common man.
Right.
Everybody is crying seriously. The one that is looming now will be harder, difficult, tougher.
Thank you.
Because a hungry man is an angry man.
Thank you.
All what we are making is going on food. The earlier they stop this and fix it now, the better.
Thank you
very much, sir.
Thank you for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. Let me quickly cross over to David. Once we're done with David, I will come back and take a last set of messages, and we'll call it a day. David, you're here again.
You honor me.
You're here again.
Anyways, guys, if you have not played the One Play game, this is probably the last time we will be telling you this before the matches begin. You should be playing, because on the other side, it's probably, money is going to be given and you would have been doing had I known. We don't want you to be doing had I known. So get 500 naira into your phone right now. Play that game, *347 *880 *3#. Take a punt or go to the website at www.oneplay.ng. On both occasions, it will cost you just 500 naira. You can do one or the other. Once you get to the website, make sure you are selecting Nigeria Info as your station so that you play for our prize, not other stations' prize. Now remember, the more you play, the more your chances of winning, but pace yourself. Make sure you are doing this within the bounds of reasonability, because it is a game after all. Your chances of winning are pretty much the same if you play on oneplay.ng or use the USSD code *347 *880 *3#. Now remember, at the end of the week there is going to be a jackpot, some 500,000 naira large, and you could be that winner. Even if you don't win the daily one, you could end up with the baba of them or the weekly jackpot. Your chances are pretty much the same, whether you play for today or you play for then. Remember to play responsibly. Like I said before, pace yourself. Make sure you're above the age of 18, because once you win, we definitely will be finding out. You are going to produce ID after all. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Start playing, start winning, and when you do, spread the word.
That's right, spread it. Let's go to Twitter, that's X, to go take some comments that have dropped. Olariwaju says Ogun State has much more bad roads than the whole of Nigeria. Ogun State is underrated in terms of income compared to what we are seeing as people living in Ogun State and also indigenes. He says, thank you for talking about Ogun, because there is no radio station in Ogun State that allows free opening of mind like Nigeria Info in Ogun State. The style of road maintenance in Ado-Odo Ota in Ogun State is zero. That's why we don't and can never have good roads. That's Olaniwaju Odetalapo, who sent that tweet in. Willie says that boy is that boy in Ogun State. Okay, now let's go to Facebook. We should do Facebook. Dayo on Facebook says, if you talk about the two backward states in Nigeria, is Ogun State and Lagos State. For Ogun State, you can do a tour there. There is no road, no infrastructure, no development. It would seem like there is no governance there at all. All the governor is conversant with his party and ceremonies. Just invite him in any party or ceremonies. He will show up, but no development. As for Lagos State, no good road, no low cost housing for the poor, no pipe-on water. That is why we have cholera ravaging. No public toilets. That is why we see
more news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
The search for Nigeria's bravest children is on. The 16th Indomie Heroes Awards themed The Unsung Heroes is here. A CSR initiative powered by Duffield Prima Foods Limited. The Indomie Heroes Awards call on young Nigerians to share their heroic stories in any of these categories: social, intellectual, or physical bravery. Are you aged 15 and below? Visit heroesofnigeria.com to submit story of your brave acts. Entry closes by July 10.
My guy, how far now? Oh boy, network no allow me run transfer give my mama. Since morning, only one bar. Can you imagine? I beg, hotspot me now. No be Union Bank account you dey use. Yes, na Union Bank. Now, just dial *826# and you go fit send the bar without data. You walk oh. Before call. Now you no get updates now. Take advantage.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.